Hello, it's Robert Miner with Dynamic Traders Group with our Saturday, October 20th uh, DT Reports video update for our YouTube subscribers. We're going to do a brief look at a couple markets that have immediate trade opportunities. I apologize, last Saturday I didn't get an update up on YouTube because the power was out in my town in North Carolina due to Hurricane Michael, but we're all back. All systems are go now. Before we take a look at a couple markets, I wrote a special long-term report in a lot of detail about the technical position of the stock indexes. As well as notes and bonds. And that's available to you free. We don't capture your name or your email address or any information. The URL, unfortunately, is kind of long. It's on your screen here. It'll be worth your time to type in that URL in your browser. It'll take you to the download page, and you can download that PDF file. And so please do that if you have any interest in the stock indexes and bonds or notes, at least interest rates. It really goes into detail on the technical position and why a couple of weeks ago there was a major signal that was made, but potential major reversal signal in the stock indexes that could have some dramatic consequences in the months ahead. And it also gives you the next confirmation signal that the bear trend is going to continue. So that said, take a look at that report. Like I said, we don't capture your name or your email address or anything. You just go there and download it. And let your friends know about it as well, because I think you'll find it valuable. Well, let's take a look first at the stock indexes, particularly the ES. This is 240-minute data, and there's just one thing I want to show you on this is, and we had this in our report last week, is that coming up into Wednesday's high, as of Wednesday, it was in an ideal position to complete a simple ABC correction. And that high was right at the 100% alternate price projection to the range of wave A. And that's a typical wave C target if the market's making a wave C. And it was also within a few ticks of the 50% retracement. So it gave us a little zone around 28.18 to 28.29 that we're looking at potentially for resistance and to complete a wave C. And as I had in a regular report, if the market came down and traded into the range of what I got labeled as a wave A, that would indicate that indeed this was a correction, not the beginning of any sort of bull trend, and that potentially that correction was complete on Wednesday. And that's where we stand now, is more than likely Wednesday completed an ABC correction. There's other reasons to think that we've completed what I call a daily high, and one of those, the main reasons is on Thursday, the stock indexes, all of them that we follow, include the ES, made what we call a daily momentum bear reversal from the overbought zone. And that usually indicates that the market is then going to be sideways to down for 3 to 5 days. And given that this is probably a correction, I mean, it's in a perfect position to have completed a correction. What follows a correction? Well, resumption of the prior trend to a new extreme. And so that would indicate that next week we're going to have a continued decline to below the October 11th low. So it's a great setup right now, early next week on Monday, for a short trade if the ES trades below Thursday's low. It's that simple. Because if it does, it should continue eventually to below the October 11th low, and the price targets below that are a ways away from the market. So this is a great immediate setup to consider short trades in the S&P. Another market that's in an immediate setup is gold. As of the end of last week, we were looking at this the last few days of trading as a probable wave 4 correction, or some sort of correction, 1 degree or another anyway. And when it's complete, gold should then continue to a new high. And it should be, if it wasn't complete on Thursday, this is an outside reversal day. If it wasn't complete on Thursday, then it should be within the next day or two. And so really just to trade above Friday's high is the first signal that it's complete. It's going to continue to advance. The daily momentum is not yet oversold. Only the fast line's oversold. But in the last few daily lows, that's as far down as the momentum indicator got. It was just tagged the oversold zone before it turned up. So look at at first of the week as a long setup for gold. There's some targets that are quite a ways above the market. Depends indeed if this is a ways 1 through 4. It wouldn't be too far above the market, maybe $10, $20, something like that. But a good setup in the event that the trend continues further than the minimal targets, which is not too far above the market. The other setup that we're looking at right away is notes. Notes are in a also great position to continue the bull trend immediately, the first of next week, because Thursday's low was made at the ideal target zone and momentum reversal zone, etc., to complete a corrective ABC. We've been looking all last week that this was probably a correction because of the nature of the pattern, and that when that correction was complete off of the October 11th high, then a note should continue the bull trend, potentially to significant higher prices. So this is really a setup you want to take a look at if you're trading notes. And you can also use ETFs, of course, for either gold or the ES, the stock indexes are for bonds and notes. Like TLT is a long kind of bond note combination ETF fund that tracks really well with the trend direction of bonds and notes. So we're looking at bonds here, notes are in the same position. So a great opportunity here. And really, we've got there's 3 of them. You can take your pick. We're probably going to continue the bear trend in the stock indexes early next week. We're probably going to continue the bull trend in notes and in bonds, and gold is likely to pop up. Maybe for gold, it may be fairly minimal advance, but in the event that we have some more drama and volatility next week in some other financial markets, gold also has that potential to advance much more than what we look at as our minimum objectives. Well, that's it for today. Be sure to download that report and take a look at it and pass it around to your friends if you want. It also does give a special offer for our DT reports, a free bonus month. But the main information is the technical position I describe in detail of the stock indexes and interest rates and bonds and notes. So I think you'll find it very valuable because it's really focusing on the potential long-term positions and potential major moves in these markets in the weeks ahead. That's it for today. Have a fantastic week. Be back with you next Saturday.